another video. I know it's been a while. Literally, I believe it's been like 60 days or something like that. I was doing so good with the video every single week that I was feeling myself. But then life happened. As you guys know, I'm a wife, a mom, and a social work student. So life was moving pretty quickly for me. April was the month where I started to get my acceptance letters back from graduate school. It was also the month where I was really trying to knock out all of my coursework so that I could keep my grade and my GPA up. And it was also just busy in the sense of me getting sick. So I'm back, and I wanted to say thank you for just rocking out with me. I got a few emails and probably like 1 or 2 DMs on Instagram asking me where I've been. And I shared with those people where I've been, but I just wanted to come back and say I'm back. It's the summer. I got about 2 months. And in these 2 months, I'm gonna knock these videos out. As I say all the time, if you are new here, pause the video right here, go hit the subscribe button, come back, watch the video, and if you are impressed, if you like what you hear, share it with your tribe, share it with your friends, share it with your peoples. Tell them to come through, watch my videos, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm super excited to have you guys here. As I said earlier, this video is all about getting into graduate school as a social work student. I wanted to read my personal statement because I thought that it would give you guys an idea of what you should write or how you can make this statement that is very personal to you. Also, hit all the target points. For me personally, when I first started considering these programs that I was applying to, I knew that I wanted to get like a writing coach or somebody to help me write my personal statement. And I did hire someone. His name is Donzel. Amazing gentleman. He's a social worker. He's a LCSW. He does all the things. He does like test prep. He does licensure prep. He does teaching. He does all the things, and he edits and he helps people present their best personal statement. I did hire him, and I did have one meeting with him, although I didn't submit the personal statement that he helped me work on. What I did appreciate about him was that he was someone who didn't know me, and I was able to brainstorm. And I literally spent an hour with a stranger, kind of like therapy, kind of like what some social workers do. And I was able to brainstorm and pull apart the things that were important to me that I wanted to share, and then take away the fluff. That is my one thing. These essays are so concise. They have word counts out of the wazoo. They don't want you to write your whole story. So you have to figure out what the fluff is and what's the facts, and leave the facts and submit that. So I really wanted to read my personal statement to you guys because I think that it will be helpful for you guys just to understand the importance of making these statements true to you, but also giving the universities what it is that they are asking for. So as I said, I applied to 3 universities. I applied to Syracuse University, I applied to Fordham University, and I also applied to Columbia University. All 3 of them I applied to their advanced standing program because it was what is going to fit my needs as a future social worker. That's where I was at. I needed to get into an advanced standing program, and those are the 3 that I chose to apply to. I do have a video, and I'll link it somewhere in the cards, about preparing for your application. And I think that video will be helpful with this one, okay? So I'm going to read my personal statement, and towards the end, I am going to let you guys know which university I decided to go with and my reasons why. So I'm going to read my personal statement, guys, and I hope that you guys get something from it. It's just to give you an idea of what you can write. Make sure it's true to you. Don't write my personal statement, but I wanted to share my personal statement. My nose. I wanted to share my personal statement with you guys so you guys can get an idea of what they're looking for and how you can formulate this personal statement to make sure that you're giving the universities what they want. This one in particular is for Fordham University. I think their cutoff was 1,000 words, and mine was 996 words. So it was kind of close, but here goes. As a first generation Haitian American woman born to parents who were pastors, my parents instilled in me the importance of serving the underprivileged population. A part of me believes seeing my parents open up our home to those who were less fortunate and the early exposure to global missionary work cultivated the desire to give back within me. Being bilingual at 2 years old gave me a skill set that I would always utilize. In daycare, I helped translate for parents having a challenging time communicating with school officials. As early as 10 years old, I recalled eagerly waiting for summer break so that I can participate in missionary trips. As I formulated friendships, naturally I remained the solution seeker. In 2013, my father was diagnosed with Lewy body dementia. It was during that time in my life that my innate ability to research came into play. I knew that my father deserved the best care for the duration of his life, but I also did not know what dementia was. As a Haitian American, there is a natural inclination to keep our family unit protected, united, and educated. During this time, I researched a lot and met an excellent social worker that equipped me with the tools needed to become a family caregiver and realized the great misconception that I had when it came to social work. After many sleepless nights of research, I knew that I would play a very significant role in the care of my father. It was during this time that my heart grew for others in similar situations as a family caregiver and for older adults going through a challenging time that has forced them into isolation and hopelessness. My father's dementia diagnosis was the marker that allowed me to see the mistreatment and the systematic problem that is prevalent in the elderly population. As one goes through the natural progression of aging, they're prone to face many declines. Older adults may face mistreatment at the hands of family members, caretakers, and even medical staff. This mistreatment can range from emotional, physical, and financial. I remember walking into various nursing homes when my family began to explore options and overhearing how the staff treated residents and seeing the looks on the faces of many that silently said, "My hello," was one of the few kind gestures they experienced recently. During those countless hours looking for the perfect place, my family began to explore what caregiving would look like for our loved one. As social workers, one of our goals is to improve the lives of individuals, families, and communities. As an undergraduate student, I knew that pursuing my master's degree will be my next step, with a strong pull for policy practice and research. My advanced standing degree would have to be in an environment that would cultivate and nurture that discipline. For me, an advanced standing master's of social work program means making a commitment to my future from the very beginning. Being able to excel in a rigorous academic program while balancing the many other roles in my life will cultivate the perseverance needed to stand up to the challenges that the communities that I hope to serve will face. Getting into this advanced standing program will lead me to opportunities and the academic support needed to grow into the avid researcher that I one day dreamed to be. The program at Fordham University stands out amongst the others because of the broadness of the program and how I can individualize it to fit my personal career goals. Knowing that the program is complex and future focused gives me the confidence in knowing that if accepted into this program, I will be challenged and ultimately equipped to be an influential and groundbreaking social worker. I want my academic background to prepare me to become a resilient and competent social worker. At my current virtual field placement as a continuing education program creator and researcher, I was able to explore social work from the macro level. In it, I am working on creating continuing education programs as well as setting up programs for clients and research in dementia care and gerontology. Due to my professional and personal experience, I see myself remaining in this field. Some of my short-term goals are to continue to sharpen my communication skills and professional ethics. I also see myself securing a research level position with the Alzheimer's Association upon graduation to continue researching dementia and how social workers can aid families. One day, a long-term goal is obtaining my doctorates in social work and opening a nonprofit that helps family members in lower income communities care for their aging loved ones, as well as assist social workers, care managers, and those who work with dementia patients to cultivate the skills and knowledge needed to help their clients thrive. I am well aware that there are more barriers to kick down on the macro level. Some questions need to be answered, and that is through social research. Where there is equality, there is inclusion. There is an entire world of people out there who desire to be seen, heard, and valued. Fordham University Graduate School of Social Work has a strong program for those that desire to venture into the policy practice realm of social work. Social work is rooted in a lot of history, which we learn about, knowing that Fordham takes an introspective approach to prepare students for the future is desirable for many. Knowing that every day that I show up for my classes, my professors will give me the academic foundations to further understand how macro level social work plays a role in the lives of individuals, ensure that I will enter the field prepared and confident. This profession requires new social workers to consider the network we are creating with future colleagues. In closing, social work is about helping those that need it the most and breaking systematic cycles. The change can and will continue with me. So yes, guys, that was my personal statement for Fordham University. And I'm super excited because I felt like that was Razia's story. I don't know if you guys can tell, but when I started talking about my dad, I started tearing up because I remembered those years. I remember finding out that he had dementia. I remember the forgetting. I remember not understanding how I can help. I remember going to my supervisor at my old job and asking for FMLA because I knew that he would have doctor visits and he would need someone. And I say all of this to say that when you write a personal statement, consider your why and consider what led you to social work. In 2013, I would not have ever considered that I would be going to school for social work. If I'm quite honest, I always said that I wanted to be a physician assistant or something along the lines of like a medical doctor. So social work was far, 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 far off. But I do look back now and see how that season of my life really did prepare me to enter into this amazing profession, and how my personality also plays a role in this profession. And I think it's beautiful because I had an opportunity to write 3 personal statements, and at the core of all 3 of those personal statements was my why. My why was because in 2013, my life shifted for the sake of my father. And it was in that time that I met someone who really opened my eyes to what I can do to offer him support and offer him an ability to thrive, even though the prognosis wasn't that good, right? And we knew that the end was going to come, but we knew that in the meantime, in that middle place of life and transitioning to, eternity, that he needed support, and that person was able to push me into that. And for that, I say thank you, because it opened up my eyes to what social work really is and how beautiful of a profession it is for people who has such a big heart. And I'm an empath, so I naturally have a big heart. And yeah, I wrote 3 separate personal statements, but in all of them, the why was the bones. It didn't change. So I wanted to share my personal statement with you guys, and I wanted to encourage you that when you're writing a personal statement, ask yourself 3 questions. Why social work? Why does it work for me? And what does this program have to offer me? I always say in all of my videos, in my interviewing video, in my applying to grad school video, these schools, it doesn't matter how well known they are, if they don't fit into what you want and what your end goals are, they may not be for you. And in the end, I decided to go with Fordham University, guys. I'm super psyched. I'm super excited. I'm super happy to say that September 2021, I start my advanced stand-in program with Fordham University. I am in their 2-term program. This is a super rigorous program to get into. You have to really prove to them that you can keep your GPA up and that you deserve an opportunity to sit at that table. Because there is another advanced standing program, which I think is a 4-term, but the 2-term is really hard to get into. And guys, I got into it. I actually found out back in March that I got into Fordham. I found out in March that I got into Syracuse, and I found out in March that I was waitlisted for Columbia, and then I found out, I think, like a few weeks later that I got in. But I say all of this to say, you have what it takes to get into any program that your heart's desires. And even if you didn't get into a program, if you got rejected by a program, it's probably not the program for you. Because the same way that you're trying to see if you meet the qualifications, or you're trying to see if it's good for you, they're trying to see if you're a good match. And in the end, you have to make that decision. So I hope that this personal statement reading really helped someone to understand that it's only those 3 things that you need to focus on when you're compiling your personal statement. And if you do need to have someone edit your paper, I am going to leave the information for Donzel down below. I really hope that I'm saying his name right, because I know it's not Denzel. It has to be Donzel. I'm going to leave his information down below. He also has a YouTube page. And he has an Instagram, so I am going to leave his information down below. And if you need editing for a personal statement, if you need anything social work related, he is the guy to go to. I recommend him to every and anyone. And I just want to say thank you so much for viewing my video. It's the summertime. Also, the streets are calling my name, so guys, I'm going to be out in the streets. But I'm also going to make time to record videos for you guys. So until next time, peace, love, and apple juice.